Hello, my name is Peter Dunsmore, and in this video series I'm going to show you the techniques I used to make this box. Now, I need these bevels to be accurate. They've got to be 45 degrees, and the two sides and the two lengths have got to be the same length. Now, this is a method that I use that I find very accurate. To begin with, I use a square and a sharp knife, and I score a line at right angles down at the end. One piece, second piece, just about 1 millimetre or so from the end, and that's the reason that we've cut the sides on the table saw slightly over length. It's so that we can sand it down to the exact length. At the next stage. Now that's one end of each piece marked. Now flip them round and measure accurately, in this case 320 millimeters. Put your mark on the saw on your knife mark and measure up 320. Put a wee mark there. Put your square and score the line. And then use that one as a guide for your next piece. Now your two previously cut lines are lined up. Here's the second one. Right, I'll mark out the same on the sides. Line up the marks at the end. There. There we go. And that should be your two sides marked out identical in length, front and the back in the same length. And what we'll do is we'll take these pieces over to the disc sander for this stage. So the first thing is the fence. The table must be at 90 degrees to the actual disc itself. And the second setting is the fence. That must be at 45 degrees to the actual disc itself. Now, to double check, something I like to do before cutting the final piece is to rough cut a couple of bevels on the table saw and then make a test cut on the sander just to check the settings. So if I put the extractor on, a way to test this is to butt the two bevels together . Secure them with a little piece of masking tape . and fold it round like this and check with a square, and if necessary adjust the fence of the table, but that makes for a nice accurate 90-degree bevel. Now we're ready to trim the bevels on the disc sander on the maple. Now if you remember, we used a knife to score a line here on each end. Now the idea is to press the timber into the disc sander until you reach the actual knife mark, and what you'll find is as soon as the sander hits that mark, there's a small burr appears on the wood, and that's a point to stop pushing the wood in. So what we're going to do is just sand these to form the bevel. If you look carefully here, I've finished sanding this, and you just see the burr just appear there. In fact, you can knock it off. See there? And if you repeat that for the 4 sides, you end up with accurately cut bevels, a perfectly smooth finish, and a perfect 45 degrees, and all of the lengths you want them to be. I'm Peter Dunsmore. Thank you for watching this episode. See you next time.